Hello, everybody. This is Divestments coming to you with another short video. This is where we give you options. As always, this is for information purposes only. This is not financial advice. In the beginning, I used a time frame on a daily chart to figure out my overall trend, and I traded off a 15-minute or a 5-minute chart. I was using indicators like the MACD, the RSI, the slow, the fast stochastics, Bollinger Bands. My trading times, I traded, after 10 o'clock or before 2:30. And I was looking for candlestick patterns, dojis, inside bars, long tail bars as support and resistance. That was how I traded in the beginning. This is how I trade now. Before the market opens around 9 a.m., I am getting the high and the low of the previous day. I'm also getting the high and the low of the pre-market. And I'm drawing those horizontal lines on my 2-minute chart. Around 10 a.m., I draw lines for the 30-minute opening range. That's the high and the low of the first 30 minutes of the trading day. At 10:30, I draw lines for the first hour of the current trading day. That's the high and the low of the first hour. At 12 noon, I draw lines for the first half of the trading day. That's the high and the low of the first half of the trading day. At this time, I usually clean up my charts, get rid of any duplicate horizontal lines that I may have, get rid of, any lines that are in the same price area. So my chart looks pretty clean. And I'm actually doing that throughout the course of the day when I'm drawing these lines before 12 o'clock. So I don't draw a line if it's in the same price area or if it's at the same price mark as a previous line that I drew before. And then I make sure that I journal all my prices for the day. By 12 noon, I'm usually done trading for the day. But the lines that I have on my chart, I can use those until the market close. I can trade off of those lines all day long. So what I'm looking for on my charts, and I use stock charts to trade off of. You can use whatever chart system you want to use. It doesn't matter as long as you can draw your lines on it. And as long as you can get some price labels so that you know where price is at. So what I'm looking for on stock charts, I'm looking for my price label and my color change. And when I'm talking about color change, I'm talking about my candles changing colors. So I'm looking for a price label, and then I'm looking for a color change, either above or below the 20, depending on the direction of the trend. I'm always going to trade with the trend, and I'm going to be looking for my option to go up 25 cents or more above where I bought it. That's going to be my profit target. So if I got in at $1, I'm going to be selling at $1.25 or more. Let your runners run. If you got a winner, let it run. Cut your losses early. You're going to enter on the first or the second candle of the color change, whether it's green going up or it's red going down, following the trend. You're going to catch the beginning of the run, and that run should last for about 5 or more candles. After about that fifth candle, you should be out. You should have reached your profit target, and you should be out. If it's a runner, it may go 6, 7, 8, 10 candles. Who knows? But take some profit and let 1 or 2 run. You're going to exit when your option reaches your profit or your loss target. So if it turns against you, Don't let it turn against you for too long and you stay in it. You get out. Okay. If you get a price mark and a color change in the opposite direction that you're going in, get out. Don't sit there and watch it, turn against you where you're losing the majority of your profit. And you're going to do whichever comes first. You're either going to cut your losers quickly or you're going to take your profit, whichever comes first. Don't try to pick tops and bottoms. Take your money and run. You want to get out in the momentum of the direction of the trend, whether it's up or down. Okay, let's look at some charts. Okay, this is Friday's chart of the QQQ, the ETF, 2-minute chart. I drew these little arrows here. I put these little arrows here to let you know when I had a price mark and a color change. So if you count the arrows here, there's like 6 arrows here. Oh, well, 7 arrows. There's 7 arrows here. So what that means is that it was about 7 opportunities for you to be able to get in and make a profit on your option. Okay. Wherever there's an arrow, that means it was a price mark and a color change. Okay. Price mark 485.89. Candles turn green. This was a short run here. You only had about 3 or 4 candles that were green. You had another candle here. It didn't give you a price mark, but it's right here by the one you had previously if you look to the left. So I'm going to call this 485.89 too, a double bottom. Price mark, color change. This one made a new high at 469.49. So this one you had more than 5 candles. You had quite a few. Came back down, hit back on this 200. You had another price mark, color change. This one didn't make a new high. Came back down, had another price mark, 466.83. Price mark, color change, went up to 469.20. Price mark, color change at 467.22. It went up into that 470 range, and so on until the end of the market. So like I said, on Friday, you had about 6 opportunities where you could have gotten in and made a profit off of the price mark color change going in the direction of the trend. That's how I trade. Have a good day.